Hey, Scovely here. This is a bit of a different video today. I wanted to just show some art that I like. Magic has a lot of different art in it. There's unique art for all the different cards. Sometimes individual cards will have multiple different arts done for them by different artists and everything, and some of it is really beautiful or just really interesting. Some of it's creepy, but it can be very interesting to look at and enthralling. So I saw this card the other day and I thought, wow, that art is crazy, and I was really taken with it. So Murmuring Phantasm here. I really like the flavor text. The most insidious thing in the world is nonsense that sounds just plausible enough to listen to. That's a quote from Lazov. He is a mastermind and a spy, someone who deals with conspiracies and everything in Ravnica and Magic. But just look at this art by Peter Moorbacher. It is just so many mouths, and it's mouths inside of mouths. And, when I read the title Murmuring Phantasm, I think of a phantasm as a singular entity, but this looks like, if it is just one entity, man, there's just so many mouths and so many eyes, and it's really crazy. But I really like this art. So I started putting together a bunch of different cards with art that I like Whip-Tongue Frog. Once again, like the flavor text, their favorite food, wind dancers. So this art by Jeff Miracola. The thing that took me with this art is that if you look closely, you can see that the frog's tongue is just piercing straight through this guy, and that seems once again, it just seemed really crazy to me, and I thought it was cool. If I think of a whip, I think more like something that is striking and recoiling and, still doing damage, but I don't really think of whips as just like going straight through people. So that's why I like this one. Wings of the Cosmos. This art is just really beautiful and also very crazy. Once again, I'm going to read the flavor text. The wolf's startled yelp changed quickly to a howl of elation as she soared over her envious packmates. So this art by Ilse Gort. It's just really pretty. You got all these all these wolves, and the aura around the wings is really pretty. Just the thought too, a dog suddenly flying is kind of crazy, and that nod, in the flavor text to how startling it would be for everyone. And it's an okay card as well, but I'm here for the art. Planar Guide is... I also really like this art. I don't know if I need to say that every time. Probably not, but I like this work done by Eric Peterson. I think often when you see armor, you think of like metal or sometimes leather. The armor here looks, it's probably metal, but the plating on it makes it almost look like it's made of like straw or something. That and the weird kind of thing going around his helmet, the like netting. I just thought it looked really cool. This guy who's just imposing, kind of standing there. Plus, it's a good card on its own. It can do some shenanigans in blink decks. I like the art for Escape Shapeshifter by Douglas Schuler because it looks really derpy. I love I love the idea of this shapeshifter being able to take on the shape of these creatures but not match their color at all, and just the thought of something trying to fit in and you being able to look at it and be like, wait a second, that is just super wrong. I don't think the shapeshifter itself is doing a very good job, and I don't know how it escaped if it's not if it's not that good at shapeshifting, at least to match texture and other things. That's usually pretty standard for most things that are described as shapeshifters, is the ability to really truly mimic something, but I like how derpy this little guy is, and whatever these creatures are, some kind of, I don't know, bipedal elephant dinosaur dudes with these silly floppy noses. But it's an interesting card on its own. It was like weirdly over $1, I think. Maybe because it has a good effect. Probably just because it's old. But yeah. I like the art for Gang Up just because of the terror in this guy's eyes. And also the kind of the whole feel of it. This art by Aaron Miller. The effect on the card's pretty good too, as far as flavor goes. This concept of an opponent or another player, maybe someone on your team, if you're playing that way, is able to pay mana into this as well to gang up on this guy. But yeah, I also like the 3 shadows. It's great detail in this art. And yeah, this guy he looks like he knows he's about to be rocked, and I appreciated that. Oh, sorry. Part of the reason that I really like this card as well was the flavor text. Who do we have here, Gorm? No one, Virtus. No one at all. Just that idea of someone being so beneath these characters, Gorm and Virtus, is kind of a testament to just how much this guy is just going to be destroyed. Stoic Champion, I really like the Muro Shield for this guy, with this art by Greg Hildebrandt. Also, the card effect, you don't really see much cycling in... Well, I guess you do see some cycling in white with the cards that came out for Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. You did get that red-white cycling deck with Zenith Flare, but this is just kind of a cool card on its own with the effect and everything, and kind of a niche deck archetype. But you do get to see... Yeah, I like armor. I think armor's pretty sweet in most things. Power armor for Master Chief, Iron Man, etc. Most of those things. I think Doctor Doom's armor looks kind of dumb, but that's whatever. That's just his design, and I'm allowed to have opinions on it. And other people probably find it pretty cool. Doctor Doom's usually a pretty good villain. Anyways, ranting. This guy, he's just... I don't know why he's fighting zombies. It looks like a 2-headed zombie, but I mostly just liked the kind of general design of his armor and helmet, and I thought the Mirror Shield was a big bonus. Ensnaring Bridge, with this art by Titus Lunter, is... I like the idea that you're trying to walk across a bridge, and suddenly the bridge is made of hands. I feel bad for Gerard Capuchin in the flavor text. When I said I needed a hand, I didn't mean this. But this art is really well done, and it's pretty sweet. It's some of these things I wonder about trying to get them on sleeves. I don't think Ultra Pro is officially licensed, but they don't have the art for every single card in their store, I'm pretty sure. But I would be down to have this as sleeves or a playmat. Once again, you don't see the art for every single card as a playmat either. So I might have to get one through like a custom thing, or maybe do like Dragon Shield stuff or whatever. But I just really like this art, and I hope that you do too. I love Scourge Familiar with art by Uriah Voth. It's an interesting card. It can probably be a combo piece in some situations. It's a Phyrexian Imp. And normally I don't really like the Phyrexians. They're kind of gross looking. But his little side eyes, they're so buggy and everything. And I know that he's made of a million teeth up in the front. But I could definitely picture someone doing a chibi art of this, kind of like the... oh shoot. the StarCraft's Zergling art that's done. And I thought that he just looked so helpful too. You know, sometimes these little familiars, seeing what they're doing for their master, just helping out. Looks like he's ready to help out with torture, with that fun syringe full of unnamed liquid. But once again, like the flavor text, the scourges screech along with the bone saw. It makes a terrible racket, but they seem to enjoy it. So apparently these guys just love the sound of bone saws. It reminds me of just dogs trying to howl along with music or whatever, or howling at the moon, or trying to sing along with people. And, you know, if this little guy wants to sing to the sound of bones being sawed, then, you know, more power to him. Once again, with the dogs kind of analogy, he reminded me of like a pug, because their eyes are kind of buggy. And I thought that, you know, maybe there could be a realm where this guy is just a cute little guy, even though he's pretty scary. I like Skyward Eye Prophets art by Matt Stewart, because these people look insane. Mostly the guy in the middle. His grin is really unnerving, and I just like, I'm mostly thinking about how silly and niche it would be for someone to cosplay as this and to do the poses. This is just one of those kind of things where posing with your friends would be fun, and absolutely no one would get this. So, never seen this card. I hadn't seen this card before today, but I liked the art, and the people on the left and right of the guy in the center they're okay, but it's mostly that middle guy and his maniacal grin that I appreciate. Especially with being in Bant, you don't normally see crazy art for Bant colors, but I don't know, you got this crazy guy. I like Norrit by Mike Rabb because it reminds me of Beast from the X-Men series, and just that smile. I know he's not wearing glasses, but the vibe that he gives off is almost like he's wearing glasses. Like he knows a lot more than he'll ever tell you, but that's why I like this guy. Gustcloak Skirmisher with art by Dan Fraser. I like this art because of that transparency effect in the painting. It's pretty cool. There's a couple other arts that I've seen with transparency effects like that, but this reminds me of the invisibility cloak in Harry Potter. Granted, that one, it's just straight up invisibility, but I do like the suggestion here of that cover and that evasiveness that this guy's cloak brings him. Plus, he's a bird soldier, and you can't pass up on that. Purple Crystal Crab he's just a purple crab. The artwork is done well here. I don't have a degree in art or anything, so I can't really tell you about technique or anything. I can just look at art and be like, wow, I like that. Someone did a good job. And that's all I can say for the art by Tan Yan Yao. Hope I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, it's just a little guy. I love this art for Ember Weaver. It is a crazy looking spider, and I always love when animals have effects that, you know, designs, whatever evolutionary patterns that make it look like they look like something else. So this makes it, to me, that back kind of looks like a big ol' eye. So it could maybe be, even though this looks like a giant spider, it could be trying to suggest that it's even larger than it necessarily needs to be. The other thing that you usually see with this kind of design for animals is that the more exotic something looks, usually the more poisonous it is. It's either for poison or it's for attracting a mate. So, if the spider is trying to attract another big old spider, I guess it's doing a good job. I mean, I like the design, but if it's just trying to be scary and poisonous, and it has way too many human teeth on it, then yeah, it's definitely conveying that. We've also got this art by Steve Prescott. And finally, we have this art for Ward Scale Crocodile by Zhizhao Chen. Crocodiles are cool. I just like them. And I like this is a big crocodile. I like the scope, the scale that you can see here with the Eternal, who's kind of human-sized, up against this big old crocodile. So, anyways, it was kind of a weird video, but I hope that you liked it. I hope that you have art that you like, and I hope that you can share in the comments about that. So, have a wonderful day.